Hey Courtney Project. How's it look over here? Let me do some adjustments here. If I could just reach this one button on this YouTube app. I've never used this app before, but there is some effects. I just can't get my finger to hit the button where it is because of the Celestron mount. It is not exactly, okay. I can see I can do some interesting stuff here. Make it look like an old movie. The moon was discovered in 1964. This one's pretty epic. I wish Facebook had this one. Wow, look at that. This is just a test of an iPhone on the back of a telescope, live streaming to YouTube. I've been doing this to Facebook for the last couple of days, and it's been pretty awesome. And so I figured I would try it on YouTube on the new app or whatever, and see what it was like. So far, so good. That's, it's an interesting view of it to see that negative style view. Some of these filters are pretty funny. Hey, Joyer, what's up, buddy? Yeah, some of these effects are ridiculous. This is pretty cool, though. I can't exactly draw the craters and point specific stuff out, but it doesn't look too bad. Some of these filters are actually pretty decent. Like that one's pretty cool for the edge detail. Let's see. Documentary, this one, I like this one a little bit. And I like, that one's kind of interesting. Hey, TechIt. Yeah, I am. I'm using an Explorer Scientific ED102. It's a little 4-inch refractor. This is a test. I've been doing these on my my Deep Sky Dude Facebook profile for a while. So if y'all aren't following me over there, you should definitely do that. And I'm kind of doing a test of this over here on YouTube. See what it's like. Ooh, let's go back to the moon. See if it's any better or worse. And messing around, enjoying another clear night here in Southeast Texas. Pretty cool. We've gotten a bunch of nights here in a row, it seems like. That's an interesting view of Tico, that negative sort of exposure view. I'll change it to, ooh, that's way washed out. So let me go back to one of the, yeah, there we go, that's a little bit better. Okay, so the YouTube app has these filters, which are pretty cool. I can kind of go through and, you know, change a little bit. Hey, Jessica, how are you? Just doing a little late night broadcast test on YouTube here. There's a good focus right there. Try to darken it up maybe a little bit. I'm not sure. Oh, look, they even have bubbles. That's hilarious. There we go. Some of these are funny. That one is just too cool looking. That's just, wow. I don't know what quality this is because I haven't done these ever before, really, with the setup that I'm using. So, hey, thank you, Jessica. I appreciate you stopping by and checking out the moon. We're coming out of full moon. We are basically in the waning gibbous phase. So we are heading towards new moon. This is it. Why? I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was leaving it on that 8mm one. It's ridiculous. Let's take a little tour down this way. Whoa. Just going all over the place here. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Had the rate too high there. There we go. Let's see, let's center that up. I always try to center up the object that I'm going to be talking about, so let me try to get a focus. Not too bad. Mare Crisium. The Sea of Crisis. Pretty cool. That one's always pretty easy to find because it's pretty circular, and it's, you know, the Maria or Mare, however you say it. Those are always a little darker, like, than the rest of the surrounding moon. And I believe they're from volcanic, like volcanic material filling in the area. Wow. Let's see if the iPhone, so the iPhone does this anomaly where it has two cameras up front, so it'll like switch back and forth between the cameras. It hasn't done it yet over here, which is pretty cool. On Facebook, like I said, I've been doing some live streams on Facebook the past, man, it feels like 4, 5, 6, 7 nights. Just, you know, telescope, hitting the moon. I've reached, the numbers are incredible. It's like 60 to 70,000 people. I've got almost 16 or so, 17,000 views on Facebook. It's insane. I didn't know it was gonna pop off like that. So this is a test over here on YouTube. I'm just kind of playing with the settings, playing with, you know, which one's better. Is it better to broadcast on YouTube? Is the quality better than Facebook? You know, is there a better frame rate? Is there, you know, this is essentially an iPhone right now. I will be doing some broadcasts in the future that are going to be from Astro cameras, but for now I'm just messing around with the iPhone. There's some awesome craters right there. Oh wow. I love how when the moon is in this phase, you know, in any phase really where it's not full or new, you can really see the detail along the edge, where it's just, you got these awesome shadows in the craters, and you've got craters peeking over the darkness, sort of, just where it's, you know, hanging off in the distance. Awesome, Courtney, thank you. I did one as a private thing, and then it wouldn't let me watch it until it was uploaded, so I was like, well, I'll just go out and do a public one, so then I can at least check it, see what it's like live. Oh, thank you, Jessica. You're awesome. I appreciate you. I've been doing astronomy more than anything else in my life, basically, even before music. I was all about the stars as a kid, so this is just like one of those hobbies that was, you know, almost tucked away for a few years. You know, it would surface from time to time, but definitely in the last 9 years or so, almost 10 years, it's been the forefront of everything that I do, astronomy anyway. I could hear something scratching in the dark, and it was a cat. Let's mosey on down this way here. Why not? Yeah, look at those shadows, the crater detail. It's pretty amazing. And yeah, you know, this is an iPhone attached to a telescope, like, you know, like a normal telescope where you would put your eyeball. If you get the camera in the right place, you can get images like this. Let's look at it negative. Whoa. Trippy. That's Cassini crater right there. I'll center it up right there. Wow. Let's go back to, ooh. That one's ridiculous. There we go. Wow. Not too bad. Not too bad for an iPhone on a really decent telescope. Explore Scientific, I definitely recommend their products. They perform well. I've done the solar eclipse with this telescope. I did the lunar eclipse on this channel with this telescope. Caught the impact, you know, during the lunar eclipse, which that video has almost 300,000 views. It's ridiculous. Thank y'all for watching that one, and sharing it and all that. I mean, that was crazy. That's my first real viral video. You know, watching, you know, 10,000 views an hour come in was crazy. The analytics, I've never seen it. I've never seen it do that. That was pretty awesome. All I did was just shoot the moon in 4K. And then I was lucky enough to catch the flash. And the rest is history. All right. Yeah, and again, I'm just playing with these little filters that YouTube has in place. I know this one's kind of, yeah, that's just crazy. I mean, you can kind of see some texturing, which is kind of neat, but I think, you know, my knee-jerk reaction between using this on YouTube and using the one on Facebook, I kind of have to say the Facebook is a little better, just on like quality and like, for me, using it, you know, this is kind of weird. But, you know, it looks decent on my end. And hopefully it looks decent, you know, as a live stream. I've never zoomed in like this before. I mean, let's just go crazy here. Let's go to the edge, and let's zoom in as far as YouTube's gonna allow right here. This is just the YouTube app on an iPhone. Let's see. Okay. I'm no optical expert, but that to me looks like, you know, you would see this kind of view in a, you know, 400, 500, 600 power telescope. I have no idea what power we're at. I'm at, this is an Explorer Scientific ED-102. It's 714 millimeters, the telescope. I've got an 8mm eyepiece, and then whatever, you know, YouTube's digital zoom is here, that's what we're using. And man, it actually looks pretty decent. You know, if I go, let's see, I know I'm gonna hit the wrong button. Okay, we can work with that. We'll just take a little ride down the coast of darkness. Hope y'all are having a good Easter weekend. Thanks for stopping by. I'm just, you know, again, doing a little test. Playing with this system of stuff on YouTube. I've been doing these on Facebook, and they've been pretty good. Lots of views, which is crazy. Lots and lots of views. If I got that kind of views, those kind of views on YouTube, I would be pretty excited. And I'm getting them on Facebook, which is it better or worse? I don't know. I'm just trying to get, you know, get the moon in people's cell phones instead of all the other nonsense that's out there. Get some astronomy going instead of political nonsense or, you know, all the tragic things that are going on. Just some lunar looking. Oh, cool, Jessica. Yeah, I haven't blown glass in far too long. I need to definitely do that again. Once I get my new shop set up, I should be able to do that again. Oh, look at these double craters right here. That's so cool. These craters brought to you by Rodney Strong Pinot Noir. Those are really cool craters. You can see that shadow that comes off the top one. Goes right out there and just cuts that little mountain range in half. It's like a bridge over the darkness that's been, you know, it's caved in. It's you can't cross. And the moon is going to keep getting, it's going to keep rising later. And it's going to keep waning, meaning going away. So we're in a waning gibbous phase. We're going to go to a phase where the moon looks like a taco, where it's got a straight line and then a curved back. And that's last quarter. From last quarter, we go into waning crescent. And then it's a countdown to new moon from there. New moon comes, and then waxing crescent comes. Did I say waxing? It's waning crescent, then new moon, then waxing crescent. I always think of it like if you're waxing, you're adding wax onto a sculpture. And if you're waning, waning means kind of like decaying off. That's how I remember it. That's probably kind of a weird way to do it, but whatever. Maybe it'll help you. Moon phases are pretty basic stuff. They never, ever, ever change. So if you just memorize them, you'll always know what phase it is and where, if you know where the moon is, you'll know where east is, or you'll know where west is, or you'll know what time of the month it is by the moon. If you know the moon, it's a pretty powerful concept, I mean, our calendars are essentially based on lunar months. 28 days it takes the moon to orbit the Earth once. Our months are about that time, so everything's pretty interconnected. It's interesting. Yeah, I agree, Jessica. It is interesting. Oh, look at that negative shot. That's cool, man. Wow. The moon looks like it's in maybe Libra right now, but it's also pretty close to Scorpius. And I mean, off to the left is Ophiuchus, so it's in pretty much a nice southerly part of the sky for me right now. Jupiter comes up a little later tonight, which is always cool. I've tried Jupiter on these on the Facebook app. I didn't go live, but I just did like a little quick. I zoomed in all the way that I could to Jupiter, and I brought the darkness down, and it was. I mean, you could kind of tell it was Jupiter, but it was like, eh. So I don't know. I may do a Jupiter cast one of these nights. And just, it is what it is. Oh, look at that crater. That's amazing. I wonder what that looks like in normal. Well, that doesn't look very good at all. See, Facebook actually does give me a little bit more options as far as kind of darkening up. I mean, definitely YouTube gives me more options, but most of these I can't use. Like that one. What is that? I mean, I can't use that. I like this one. Documentary is what it's called for future. Whoops. Starting to press the wrong buttons over here. There we go. Pretty cool. I mean, not too bad, YouTube. I could probably see myself doing another one of these in the future. Again, this is just an iPhone hooked up to a telescope where your eyeball would go. I'm using the Celestron Next YZ mount for the iPhone. It's a great mount. I love it. I love most everything about it. I love 99.8% of everything about it. If you like doing iPhone astrophotography, like getting the moon and doing stuff like this, it's a no-brainer. Highly recommended. And that's not a paid advertisement. That's just me being, I was like, okay, this is going to be good. And they did a good job. Look at that mountain right there. Let me center that little guy up. Jupiter is up on the horizon, but it's not above my house yet. I'm just in my front yard. That's why I'm trying to kind of be quiet. People are, tucked away in beds trying to sleep. I'm all out here like, the moon is 250,000 miles away. Probably think I'm weird. Like, I know some of my neighbors were staring at me a few nights ago Because, you know, the iPhone probably lights up my face and I'm over here talking to myself into the darkness. They probably think I'm some weirdo. I am a weirdo. I mean, I have an iPhone rammed into a telescope taking video of the moon. I'm broadcasting that. It is what it is. It's a weird thing we do as humans, to look up at the night sky and make shapes out of the constellations and, you know, figure out that one side of the moon always faces us. I think it's going to be after 1 a.m. here. I think it's after 1 a.m. Yeah. Even the loud, you know, trucks and motorcycles that like drive up and down the highway and speed and go crazy, even they're pretty quiet right now. Which is weird because, you know, the bars are about to close, I think. 2 a.m. here in Texas. The bars close, man, and it's crazy if you're out here. Like, oh, so it must be 2:31 East Coast time, right, Jessica? Probably so. If that's the case, it's got to be like 1:30 here. But yeah, the bars will let out, dude, and you'll just hear you'll hear biker, I won't say gangs, but you'll hear biker groups, you know. I mean, just, it's like, wow, I hope everybody's okay to drive, you know. Pretty cool. Thank you, Courtney. So this is not bad, you know. I mean, this is just a little test. I might leave this video up and let people, if you're watching this, and almost dropped the controller. Not good, not good. If you're watching this later, and let me know what you think. You know, obviously, you know, this is a late broadcast, so there's not going to be a whole lot of people able to catch it live. At least in the States, you know, they wake up super early tomorrow. Um, I may still be alive. I don't know. I think I am. That's probably where I'll kill it, though. You know, again, this was just a little test. I appreciate y'all hanging out and watching, though. It's pretty awesome. Do these on Facebook, too. Deep Sky Dude on Facebook. You can be there. Just released an album, released music. If you go to Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Deezer, all those, you know, platforms like that, it's, artist name is Deep Sky Dude. And the name of the first space music album is Deep Sky Tunes Volume 1. So go stream it if you don't mind. I'd appreciate that. Or go buy it. It's $6.99. I actually get most of that. Amazon only makes like a little bit, which is pretty cool. So appreciate them doing that. And oh, cool. Yeah, Samson. Yeah, I'm looking for Jupiter, but I feel like it's still pretty low. Summer, when I get clear nights and the ability to do it, we're gonna do some live broadcasts on Facebook and maybe here on YouTube too. I don't know how that's gonna work with Jupiter. It's working okay with the moon here, you know, but I want to see what it's really gonna be like on Facebook with Jupiter on a good clear night where Jupiter's high in the sky, not low on the horizon like I've been catching it, you know, so you're looking through less atmosphere that way. I feel like it's actually going to be pretty decent, and we'll be able to do the moons because I can kind of zoom out and overexpose it, let the moons pop in. Pretty cool. So, I don't know. I'm going to play around with it, and I'm going to do more of these live broadcasts here and there. So, if it's low, you just gotta wait for the atmosphere to be a little more chilled than it's, you know, than not, right? And then you get those few 5 or 6 golden frames, stack it up, and then software does the rest, right? And it's like, wow, you can get pretty decent images. I can't wait for Saturn. Started seeing pictures, of buddies uploading pictures of Saturn again. They're starting to catch it in the pre-dawn hours, I think, and Jupiter again, which is cool. So we're back on that schedule. We're back on that summer sky coming up, which is cool. I'm off to the Texas Star Party next week, which is going to be an awesome thing. I may live broadcast from there, either on YouTube or Facebook. So follow me both places and watch for it. You might catch it live from the Prude Ranch near Fort Davis, Texas. But before that, I'm going to tour NASA's Sophia. It's a 747 jet with a telescope in the back, and we're gonna get a special tour behind the scenes. I'm super excited about that NASA social event. I was selected out of a bunch of people to go check this out, so I'm gonna go check out the telescope, make a video of it that will be here on YouTube. So cool things coming. I'm gonna have some fun with these next few videos, and the TSP video. My only goal with the TSP video, the recap video, is to make it fun and funny, and just kind of ridiculous in certain ways. I don't want to keep doing the same old video every time. I want to push the boundaries a little bit here and there and have some fun. So I hope people aren't taking those videos too serious, because this one's gonna be fun. I don't know how to do it. I seriously, we'll deal with what we get. Hey, y'all have a good night. No, I haven't done Periscope, Samson. Probably won't. Between Facebook and the other platforms, pretty much just do, YouTube or Facebook. That's where most of my followers follow me anyway. So, y'all are most of y'all are probably following me on Deep Sky Dude, which is awesome. Thank you guys. Awesome stuff. The moon is so cool. Y'all have a great evening, great weekend, Sunday morning. Stay safe out there. Enjoy yourselves. Clear skies, and we'll see you on the flip side.